So World Vision is to get submerged, to make India employable. And I've put it in 10, 10, 10. In 3 years' time, that is 31st of December 2021, when I reach that day, on that day, we will have the versions of employability summit, and on that day also we will have that version of employability summit where I will have 10,000 trainers who are employability experts across India attending that summit. Number one, all together as a team, we will have reached 10 million lives. And the best part is this: how many of you believe rural India is the real India? There is one project that we started named Employability Roadshow. If you have checked my YouTube channel, just look at that, but I'll give you a glimpse here. Employability Roadshow, and we also saw in the panel discussion that making people employable is not one stakeholder's task or role. So what are the stakeholders that are involved in making country employable? And as our esteemed Prime Minister says, India will be the skill capital of the world. And when we say that, there's a lot of meaning. Go ahead and read Sharda Committee report, which was done in 2015 or 2016 after 1953. That report, go ahead and study. You will understand the as a situation of the system, and the thought, the content, the strategy, the stakeholders, whatever we are doing at JJ School of Employability is coming from Sharda Committee report. It is a huge document. I've read every line 2 to 3 times. We have in India 709 districts. 709 districts across India. And if we want to make India employable, it cannot happen for the people who are only on LinkedIn. It cannot happen for people who are only in metros. It will be successful when it happens in the Gram Panchayat level as well. And when we want to do that at JJ School of Employability or as an employability trainer, we need participation from all 709 districts in the summit. When we are doing this 31st December 2021 summit, you will see all district participation, and minimum one person will be from each district working in the ground with teachers, with parents, with training and placement officers, and with clubs like Lions and Rotary, and of course Josh Mentors. This sets the beginning, and I'm very sure at the max it will take 3 years. And I'm sure with the support from all of you, it can even happen earlier.
Hello, is there anyone? Good morning and
Good
welcome to
morning.
each and every one of you. I am Meenal Thakur, Training and Community Manager at JJ School of Employability. I have personally witnessed transformations in lives of thousands of mid-career professionals since the inception of JJ School of Employability. Next couple of hours are going to be very crucial for each of you, and so I request you to be attentive and I will be here to support to any questions. This is my privilege to introduce you all to Jogesh Jain. Jogesh has over a decade of experience working with MNCs like TCS and JP Morgan. In 2016, he started on a mission of making India employable and started with JJ School of Employability. Since 2016, he has written 3 books, given a TEDx talk, built a community of 2,000 plus mid career professionals, and built an ecosystem to help professionals grow. Without waiting much, let's welcome JJ with applause. Over to you, JJ.
Thank you so much, Minal. That was really great start. Good morning, all of you. Just type out in the chat box which part of India are you joining in from? Where are you joining in from for this masterclass? Possibly my 300 plus masterclass that I've conducted in last 1.5 years virtually. Let me know. We have people joining in from Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Solapur. Very good. Room. That's the beauty of these virtual masterclasses that enables us to connect with each other. And before I begin, first of all, I would like to thank all of you. And the reason I want to thank all of you is because you've really chosen to invest your TEEM. And I'm sure you're thinking what this TEEM is. T stands for your time that you are going to invest today in this masterclass. E stands for your energy that we are going to exchange in the time that we are together. Again, E stands for efforts that we are going to put together to evolve as a better individual. And M, you have invested 99 rupees, preciously earned rupees in this masterclass. You've invested your team. And let me tell you, congratulations. And why am I saying congratulations? It's just because of one reason. Because you've joined something that I call it as 1% club. What is 1% club? 1% club is of those individuals who are really serious about their career, who are really serious about their growth, who are really serious about where are they in their life and career and where they want to head from here. And also, today being 24th of Jan, celebrated worldwide as World Education Day. World Education Day. Today is World Education Day. No better day to take charge of your career rather than World Education Day. So again, congratulations and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to add some value from the little experience that I've gathered working with more than 2,000 professionals across India. Now, what's the agenda? The agenda is simply to enable you to be better in your job search, tap into the secrets that majority of us are not even aware of, and to take control, 100% control of your career. How many of you are wanting to take charge of your career in the time that we spend together? Just type out control in the chat box. Type out control in the chat box if you're ready to take that control. Yeah, go ahead and type out, because guess what, we all of us are some products of choices that we've taken in the past. Choices that we've taken in the past. You had a choice to invest this time that we're going to spend elsewhere as well, but you chose to invest it here. Yeah, so all of us have got choices. I'm muting all of you just for better control and better attention. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, as you've seen that there are 5 secrets that we are going to kind of talk about as we go along in this masterclass. And just to kind of be on the same page, these are the 5 secrets, 5 principles, 5 unknown, uh, wisdom, knowledge, which is what we're going to tap into today. These are the five, right? And before we begin, there are some ground rules, because guess what? We are in an attention economy. Attention economy. Everyone is kind of wanting to have your attention. It can be your friend, it can be your family, it can be your kids, it can be your bosses, it can be social media. But for next 2 to 3 hours that we spend together, that you invest with me together, can I request all of you to really be cautious about paying attention here? Can I request that to all of you? Just type out P as a permission. If you give me the permission to have complete attention from you, just type out P as a permission. And that's a request. Can I request you? Because I cannot force you. I cannot kind of come and sit with you. We're matured enough. Can I request that? Because all those who are here listening to me is not just because you signed up. There are other reasons as well that you're here, because you're serious about your career growth. And let me also take this opportunity that just disconnect with all the notifications, disconnect with people around who are possibly there and wanting to kind of connect with you. Tell them that I'm busy for next 2 to 3 hours, and you will see magic happening in the time that we spend together. For majority of you, you will be listening to some of the concepts for the first time, and I'll share about my journey that I had over a decade with TCS and JP Morgan. And when we are working, when we are into our 9 to 5, we are so much focused onto our day-to-day activities, and we are not aware about other things happening in the real world. We don't know other things which happens in the real world because we don't have time, and it's completely understood, right? Now, let me also take a minute to introduce myself. Who am I? Some of you might know me. I'm new to a lot of you. Just type out new if I'm new to you. You're listening to me for the first time. Let me see how many new friends do I have here. Let me see that. Type out new. Brilliant. I like the energy in the chat box. You guys are amazing. How many of you? I'm new to you. We're making good friends today. I'm going to know a lot of you, which possibly we were not introduced earlier. I've written, I've authored and co-authored 3 books. One of them is How to Get That Job. Another one is Being Employable. And it kind of helped me to reach to masses, because writing book, penning your thoughts down helps you to reach out to masses. In last 4 years, I've written, co-authored or authored 3 books. I have been to a TEDx stage uh, where the community of coaches and trainers always aspire to go. And the reason is it enables us to kind of reach out to more people and spread the message that we've got. In 2019, I was on this stage and I talked about how Ikigai can solve the problem of employability in India. Last 4 years with JJ School of Employability, I'm on a single mission. And the mission is of making India employable. And all those who connect with this mission, you will kind of see through as to how we are putting these individual activities together to build a huge ecosystem that can serve to one of the youngest country in the world, which is India. Average age of an Indian is 29. 65% population of our country is below the age of 35. Isn't that magical? Yeah. So one mission that we've catered to, and what we've done in 4 years is we've kind of built a very good community of 2,000 mid-career professionals and created 8 different chapters across India. How many of you already are part of my community and attending this? Just type out me and give me a shout out here if you're part of community and attending this. Yeah. And the idea was that, okay, there are forums for doctors, there are forums for chartered accountants, there are forums for company secretaries, but where do a normal working professional go when he wants to learn, when he wants to grow, when he wants to connect? Where should he go? Where should he kind of spend his time? And that's what the thought was. And I visited all these cities and kind of inaugurated chapters. And now, because of COVID, we are virtually meeting. And the idea is to tap into the network of creating all such chapters across India. That's the vision. Yeah. Now, you might have attended a lot of webinar in past. How many of you are attending a webinar like this for career for the first time? Just type out first in the chat box for my understanding. If you are attending a webinar for the first time like this. Some of you are attending a webinar like this for the first time. Now, any program, the objective of a program would always be ideally to kind of give you some theoretical knowledge, to give you maybe some tactical on how to do things. There will be few programs which will be enabling you to transform yourself and become better. And there are programs which kind of takes you and shifts your thought process and mindset entirely. Now, my intention of putting this masterclass together, bringing you all and inviting you all to attend this webinar was to give the best. But guess what? It's not on me alone to give you the best. It's not on me alone. Why? Because anything that happens mutually. How many of you agree to that? Type out agree in the chat box if you agree to that. That anything happens in a relationship where you are into a learning relationship happens because of the mutual contribution and not from the trainer or from the learner's perspective. How many of you agree to that? Yeah. And today I want you to decide as to at what level do you want to kind of help this webinar to you. At what level do you want to kind of just consume some knowledge, some information which possibly you could have googled as well, or you want to know a couple of things on YouTube, you can search again that thing. But if you are someone who is wanting to be at level 3 where you want to experience transformation, where you want to experience something which is magical, and ultimately where you want to transcend, I'm telling you friends, it's completely up to you as to what is it that you want. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Let me know in the chat box. 1, 2, 3 or 4. It can also be a combination. Let me know in the chat box, because what you get out of any program is based on what you put in. What you put in. And I am here to see what are you guys ready to put in today. What are you guys ready to put in? Are you really wanting to lead the way you have led your career until now? Or you want to take this moment, this opportunity to take 100% control of your career? Because remember this, I've listened from a great leader who said, how you do anything is the way you do everything. Profound, right? How you do anything is the way you do everything. If you take this webinar like any other webinar that you've attended in past, or any learning that you've encountered in the past, that's how you're going to lead your life. And forget about transformation. You're just going to remain there, or you're going to decay from there. Yeah. So that's 4 level that we've got. Now you decide how you want to feel by the end of webinar. You want to feel like this guy who's sitting and thinking and confused. Oh my God. Or you want to feel excited. You want to feel participated. You want to feel that I have learned. And the more you engage yourself, better the learning is going to be. Yeah. 3 E's of learning that I want to educate you on. First is you got to engage yourself. Because when you engage, only then you educate. Let me repeat. When you engage, only then you educate. And when you educate, only then you enhance. How many of you are ready to engage? Type out engage in the chat box if you're ready for amazing engagement in this masterclass. And you typing it out will tell me whether you are ready for an engagement or not. And it's not just about asking you to type in. There is a mental messaging that is happening when you're typing it out. So push yourself and write down engage in the chat box with amazing energy. with amazing positive energy on the way to all of us. Because guess what? I alone can create energy, but together 42 of us will create synergy. Will create synergy. And let me see how many of you are in to create that synergy. Type out engage in the chat box. Brilliant, brilliant. I love all of you for the fact that you're putting skin in the game. You're putting skin in the game. You're really putting in yourself in the game. Brilliant. Now, these are the 5 things that we promise that we're going to deliver to you in this masterclass, and it will enable you to kind of be better in your job search, be better in your uh, in you leading your career. It will help you to become better. Yeah, and let's get started. Let's get started. Why are you not getting a dream job? It's a very important question to ask. But before I give a little insight on or my perspective on why is it, can you type it out in the chat box as to what is the reason for us not being able to tap into opportunities in the marketplace? What do you think is possibly one or two of the reason according to you? Procrastination, okay, Pramod. What else? What is possibility? What is really happening there? Why? Let's think about it. What is it about? Why are we not able to tap into opportunities in the marketplace? Keeping pace with the market, lack of clarity, have a work gap, not understanding their needs, possible. Okay, Jagdish. Not seeing the right opportunities, only thinking but not acting. Interesting, Mahesh. Very good. Go on, guys. Again, as I said, more you engage, more you learn. And it's not about you learning from me, but you learn from each other as well. Not able to tap the correct companies, possible. Yeah, possible. Yes, Pramod. Latest tech updates, I'm not updated with the latest. Not acting to hunt, lack of proactiveness, lethargy. Absolutely, we only thinking about wants. Okay, okay. Now when I interact with professionals who are 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of experience, and when I kind of go into understanding both the sides, which is the corporate and the professionals, here are the two possibilities that I could see. Here are the two possibilities. All right, first one is the void. So these possibilities are also called as void. The first void could be that the destination is not clear. Some of you said that clarity is not there, highly possible. The second one is, by the way, about the direction. First one is about the destination, which I'm not clear. I'm not very sure about the destination. And second is about the direction, which means that I'm searching for a job, but possibly I'm not heading in the right direction when I'm searching for a job. Which possibility do you relate more with? First, which is destination, not clear, or second, which is the direction, which you think possibly you're heading in the wrong direction? Let me know. One or two. Yeah, one or two. Let me know in the chat box. One, two, one, two, one, two. Quickly. Yeah, be a little faster on the fastest finger first, so that yeah, okay. One, two, one, two. Okay, two. Okay, one, one, one. Interesting, interesting. Interesting. And we are going to kind of peel the onion and kind of go into understanding, okay, possibly, because listen to me very carefully. It's about this, right? Before you become master, before you become master of a solution, before you become master of a solution, you got to become master of the problem. You should know where exactly is the problem. Because if you do not know where the problem is and still you're taking action just to realize, oh my God, I was heading in the wrong direction, man. Yeah. So before you become master of the solution, we got to become master of the problem. Now let's tackle one by one. If it is about destination, if it is about destination, what we are going to do is we are going to ask ourselves 5 questions. And the first question that we're going to ask is it when I'm searching for a job, which are the cities that I'm looking for a job in? Because at the bottom line, it's very important to understand that when I'm searching for a job, which cities, and it's like you have qualitative approach towards job search or you have quantitative approach towards job search, right? And when you are searching a job, you got to be laser focused in your job search. So ask yourself, which city are you looking a job into? When you are clear about the city that you're searching a job in, the second question to ask is, within that city, which industry I want to really tap into? Which industry? Second level. Third filter is about, in that industry of that city, what are my top 10 priority organization that I want to tap into? What are the top 10 priority organization that I want to tap into? Fourth is about the functions within that organization. Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it operations? Is it IT? What function do I want to look into those organizations? And then ask yourself, what are the skills needed to get there? What skills do I need? And is it about technical skill, or it is about non-technical, or I also call it as showmanship skill? And maybe for my understanding, type out in the chat box, how much will you rate right now to your technical out of 10, and how much will you rate yourself on non-technical out of 10? Let me know in the chat box, on the scale of 10, how much will you rate yourself on technical, which is helping you to perform that task, that role, that function, and the non-technical, which is a soft skill, which is a showmanship skill. How much will you rate? Let me know in the chat box, out of 10 to technical as well as to non-technical. Why is it important? Because again, it is about being aware about where exactly is the problem. Okay, technical 7, 7, 6, 4, 8. Very good. 6. All right. 6, 4. All right. Interesting, interesting. And this is more of a reflection, right? It's more of a reflection that we got to get in to know, okay, which are the areas that I got to work on to upgrade myself technically, and which are the areas which I got to upgrade myself on non-technicalities. And when you kind of get clarity and be very focused on these focus area. So we also call this as identifying your bucket list of organization where you want to work in. Bucket list of organization where you want to work in. Asking these 5 questions and creating your action plan based on this, friends, will enable you to be better in your job search. Yeah. So that's the first one, which is about destination. It helps you to become clear about your focus area, or the bucket list of organization. The second possibility, which is about direction, how do we search for a job? How do we search for a job? We identify a need. Maybe because of COVID, you've lost a job, unfortunately, or you're looking out for a change. You identify a need. Now, as soon as you identify a need, what do? You go ahead and design your profile. You design your resume. Yeah, you go ahead and design your profile. You design your resume. Third step is you go and apply on all the job portal, Naukri, Monster, Shine, Indeed. You go on all the job portals and then you apply. And then you wait. And then you connect with your ex-bosses, colleagues, friends. Go on LinkedIn, create a profile. How many of you are able to relate with this process of job search? Just type out relate in the chat box. If you're searching for a job with these 5 steps, just type out relate in the chat box. Yeah. Why? Because we've never learned how to search a job. And maybe because last time I searched for a job using these steps and I got a job, or maybe a senior told me to do and follow these steps, or maybe from my own experiences I have created this theory, which possibly, my dear friend, listen to me very carefully, which possibly might be working 6 months ago or prior to COVID, but not now. Not now. Because the outcome, when you follow these 5 steps, 6 steps, what's the outcome that we get? What outcome do you get? Tell me in the chat box. What outcome do you get? What outcome do we get when we follow these 5 steps or 6 steps that I mentioned here? What outcome do we get? And the outcome is, what's the outcome? Let me know. When you go to a prepare resume, go to a job portal, when you connect with ex-bosses, colleagues, what happens? And the outcome is no response. No response. Majority of time, it's a no response. Or maybe there is low response. You're trying to get in, but it doesn't work, Jugesh, that way. It doesn't work. Can you help us? And I get so many messages every single day. That's the outcome. That's the outcome. Outcome of what? That's the outcome of the input that we give. Yeah, that's the outcome of the input that we get. What was the input here, guys? Let's go back to a step back. Let's step back and identify what was the input. The input was the 5-step process that I followed. And then you get rejections when you reach out to friends, ex-bosses, colleagues. They say, oh, I'll get back to you. Don't call me now, call me later. And it impacts what? It impacts you, and it gives you a lot of frustration. Oh my God, why is this happening to me? And many of you have made it about you. Many of you have taken this personally, that you know what, I am lacking something. It's about me, it's about me, it's about me. And what you do is you get into that zone of low morale and negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I'm going to fail. I'm not popular. I'm really dumb. I'll never get a job. I'll never get a I'll never get better. Guys, if you are doing this to you, I want to tell you something, and use these 3 words whenever you get into this negative zone to come out of the negative zone. And repeat after me these 3 words, which are very, very crucial. Because you doing this to yourself, because of the outcome that you got, and because of the steps that we took to search a job. What is that? What are those 3 words that's going to help you? That's going to really change your perspective instantly. Tell yourself, I am enough. I am enough. That's what you got to tell yourself. It's not about you. It's about the approach that you have taken. It's not about you. It's about the approach that you've taken. Yes, you got to improvise. Yes, you got to change, but not because you lack something. You got to change because you want to grow from where you are to somewhere. So stop making it about you. Start making it about approach. How many of you think that this makes sense? That it's not about me, it's about my approach. What you do immediately is you put away yourself from that guilt. Yeah? So, what are we talking about? It is because of the traditional process of job search that I feel is broken, and that needs a change. And if we keep following the traditional process of job search, we'll keep getting the same outcome that we've been getting until now. we'll keep getting the same outcome. How many of you want to change the outcome? Just type out change in the chat box. Because unless we have this really fit into our mindset that I need to change the outcome, I need to change the approach, I need to change the way I look at things, I need to change my mindset, I need to really come out from wherever I am, which is not going to help me, right? Let's release the first poll. Meenal, can you put out the poll for all of us to kind of uh, help me understand? Okay, the first poll. How many of you agree that there is a drastic change required? How many of you agree? Let me know. Take the poll on your screen. We'll be there for 30 seconds and be fast because I've got a lot to cover for all of you. Yeah. And I want all of you to participate in this poll because it's more about engage, because when you engage, you educate. And when you educate, you enhance. All of you take the poll and answer here in this webinar. Yeah. Take the poll. It's on your screen. Brilliant, brilliant. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we can end the poll. 97% of you say that yes, Jogesh, we need change. And I agree that I need to change in my approach. Yeah, let's move on. Now, before I move on, I want to share with you something. In the year 2006, it was 21st of December 2006, and this is a important landmark date in my journey. How many of you would like to know why is it a landmark date? How many of you would like to know? Just type out like in the chat box. How many of you would like to know what happened on this date? Yeah, brilliant. So here is what happened, right? I personally come from a small town in Madhya Pradesh. It's on the border of MP and Maharashtra, called Burhanpur. And I grew up. My childhood is from my schooling and childhood is from MP Burhanpur, and in the year 2004, I came to Mumbai, the city of dreams, and I said, you know what? Let me bounce forward from the situations that we are into, because in 98 97 we had a business loss of 4 crores, and the entire joint family of 50 members was shattered, and we had an entire tough period from 2097 98 to 2004. And that's where my education in 2004 was sponsored from my relatives, and I came to Mumbai and I started my education in a renowned college of Mumbai University, which is SIS College. uh, those who are from Mumbai might know this, others as well might know this college. In December 2006, when I was in the final year of my graduation, BCom, train BCom, I missed my campus interview because it was my friend's birthday. And I missed my campus interview because we went to celebration and there was no announcement of the campus happening next day. And because we were on the birthday, we missed. And out of 150 candidates, I think they selected almost 35 of them on that day. And the next day when we came to college, we were like, you know what, oh my god, we've missed an opportunity to get selected in one of the renowned organization, MNC. I missed an opportunity. But there was this friend of mine named Bala. He said, Jugesh, let's do one thing. And he said, let's go to their campus. It's in Vikhroli. I used to stay in Sanders Road. It's nearby CST. I used to stay in a hostel. It was a community hostel. I said, okay, no problem. So next day morning, I woke up in my plain kurta, the short kurta and jeans, and I came with a bag like a college guy. I came there and I said, let's go for an interview. So next day we were at TCS office, the first interview I gave for my career, for my life, in this campus of TCS in Vikhroli. And what happened is, the moment I got down from station on Vikroli, my friend said, "You know what, Jugesh? I think you're missing something." I said, "What?" He said, "You know, you have to wear formals because you're coming for an interview, and you have to have formal shoe, formal T-shirt, formal shirt, formal attire entirely, and also where is your resume?" And I was shocked. Why? Because I said, "Okay, I don't know how to prepare one. I was not aware about these things which are very basic and necessary." So immediately, because my friends were staying nearby, I borrowed shirt from one of my friend. I borrowed trouser from one of my friend, and also the formal shoe. So much so that I borrowed 20 rupees from Bala just to take the printout of the resume. And his father used to sell idlis, so we kind of rushed to him and borrowed 20 rupees, took printout. And how did I create my first resume? I just saved as my friend's Bala's profile, and I kind of just changed the name, changed the address, changed the percentage, and I kind of gave the resume there. Now I got selected. Out of three of us, two of us were selected, and I started my journey on first of 2nd of July 2007 with TCS. After graduation, I spent almost 10 years with the corporates. But you see, there is something within me which kind of stayed with me because of this incidents which happened to me in 2006 2007. And while I was working, but the part of me was not feeling fulfilled. The part of me was feeling that I'm just part of a tribe where I'm investing my weekends partying. I'm kind of, if you see here, that's me in Lonavala after night shifts, and that's the leadership team that we had in TCS. We are in Goa, so it was all about partying, celebration. It was all about celebrating days. That's me with my team. It was all about being part of the tribe, but the part inside me was feeling that there's something which is missing. And something tragical happened on 13th of December 2015. I'm very good with dates, and if you see this post on 13th of December, I posted on my Facebook as well. I was sitting on Marine Drive, and I said, "You know what, I will have to kind of take control." I chose to give up the mundane life, and I chose to take control of my situation. I feel that choices are very powerful thing that we all of us have got. Yeah. And when I took this decision in the December of 2015, what followed is lot of learning, lot of education. And in October 2016, I started with the mission of making India employable and not letting now from here on other professionals to face and suffer what I gone through personally. I educated myself, I invested into self development, I learned a lot of new things. I had coaches and mentors who were educating me, because Dr. Atreya, that's here, he said a profound thing which might help you guys as well. He said it's about applying rule of 33% in your life. And I was like, what is this rule of 33%? He said, one third of your life, one third of your time, you should always invest with people who are ahead of you, one third with the people who are with you, and one third with people who are behind you. And in majority of our equation, and with me at least during that time, I always had people who are with me and behind me. I had no one who was ahead of me. So whom do I follow? Whom do I look up to? Who is there to guide me, coach me, mentor me for my journey ahead? Yeah. And that's where I invested into self development, and GG School of Employability started. And then what you know is, of course, we community, 8 chapters, 3 books, and stuff like that. How many of you feel that it's wise advice which I got from Dr. Atreya? It's about the rule of 33%. Just type out wise in the chat box if you agree to that. Just type out wise in the chat box if you agree to that. And then we get into the second secret. Brilliant. Superb, superb. Now, what are the unobserved types of resume which gives you an extra edge over other resume? When we talk about resume, this is a subject possibly we have known for so long, but this is also a subject which possibly we have followed like a herd mentality. Like everyone else, we've also followed and we've created those resumes for ourselves, right? But here is the thing, right? When I kind of got into understanding the different types of resume, this is what came to my attention. So there are different types of resume that we have. We all know this traditional resume, which is a black and white resume, which is by and large in practice at this point in time. By and large a practice where you know lot of us are following what we call it as traditional resume, which is a black and white resume. But guess what? It is just one type of resume which exists out of various types of resume, which is kind of picking up in the marketplace. The second type of resume is what we call it as visual resume. Now, people who are kind of into creative field, people who are kind of into, and when we get into the resume section in detail, I'll talk about it a little more. But people who are primarily into a field, into a domain where they want to showcase their numbers, their achievements, that's where they use visual resume. There are pros and cons of each type of resume. What really works is what works best for you. That's the visual resume for you, so that you know what are the different types of resume. We are creating that awareness right now. How many of you agree that your LinkedIn is also a resume? We call it as a virtual resume. It's a virtual resume. Your presence on LinkedIn is very crucial. If you want to build your visibility, if you want to be more visible to larger network, your profile on LinkedIn is going to play a crucial role. That's your virtual profile. And then we have the last one, which I call it as video resume. And let me show you for the first time, majority of you will see something. We call it as video resume. Have a look at it. Have a look at it. Okay.
My name is Nirmal Kumar Chittewan. I have been in project management profile with experience in various greenfield and brownfield projects from concept to the successful commissioning stage. My background is a perfect blend of 8 years of EPC project management experience and 7 years of field experience in mechanical maintenance. Total 15 years.
Yeah. So this was just to give you a glimpse of how does a video resume looks like. Now, is it mandatory? Absolutely not. But there are platforms which kind of gives you the possibility to upload your video resume as well, audio resume as well. And it's good to have and not need to have resume. Yeah, it's good to have and not need to have resume. We will get into the resume section, and there are 7 elements to design amazing resume, which I will be covering. But this section is primarily to be aware about various types of profiles, resumes, which exist in the marketplace, which we should be mindful of. How many of you saw video resume for the first time? Just type out first in the chat box if you saw it for the first time. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a two-sided sword. Yeah, it's two-sided sword. It's not just about coming on camera and talking about it, but it's more than that. It's about the scripting. It's about the tonality. It's about the way you speak. It's about the presentation that you give. It's a lot more than just recording a video, and it has to be kind of scripted and done very well. Otherwise, it might also create a wrong impression about you not having amazing good communication and expression skill. Yeah, so it can also go against you. What is the ideal composition? Should I have just traditional resume, or should I have visual resume? Should I have virtual resume? Should I have video resume? What do you think is the ideal? What is ideal is the combination that works better. That's the combination that works better. It might be the traditional resume along with your LinkedIn profile, along with your video resume, which is the best combination to have. But at the end, what matters when it comes to resume is what gives you responses, what gives you amazing outcome. That is what matters and not anything else. All right. So that's about video resume and different types of resume that we've got. So what's the secret here? Now you understand what are the different types of resume that exist, that makes your visibility much better compared to just having one type of resume. It's always better to have a combination that works better, right? Let's have the second poll. Meenal, can you pull out the second poll that we have? What's the most preferred resume template will you be using in your job search? Let me know with the help of this poll. Go ahead and take the poll. Go on quickly. Yeah, it's a mixed response that we're getting. Very good, very good. I like that you guys are participating. Keep participating. It's about putting yourself into the game. It's not about just listening. It's also about reflection. It's also about engagement. It's also about education. Yeah, brilliant. Last 5 seconds. Quickly do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we are ending the poll and share the results as well. Majority of you say, which is absolutely right, it's the traditional visual and video resume that really works in your overall presence, right? Because not just the traditional resume which is going to create a result for you, but it's the combination that's going to really work amazingly well for you guys. Brilliant. Let's move on. Let's move on and let's look at what more do we have. Third secret. But before we get into third secret, let's take a break. How about a bonus break? Are you in for a bonus break? I call it bonus break because I want to give you some more value than just what is promised. How many of you are wanting more value from me? Just type out more in the chat box if you want more value from me in this masterclass and not just deliver to you what I just promised, 5 secrets. Yeah, more. Perfect. Here is the thing, right? Here's the thing. When you are on a job search, what really makes you fast, what really makes you smart in your job search is the tools that you use in your job search. The tools that you use in your job search. Pay attention. Pay attention. JobScan, and I'll kind of demonstrate some of these tools to you as we go along, helps you to find the compatibility for your resume versus your job description. The SSI, we will look into it as we go along, will help you to check your LinkedIn visibility. How visible are you on LinkedIn? The Hunter helps you to find email ID of professionals who are working and you want to reach out on their personal professional email ID. Hunter.io helps you with that. Payscale.com, on the other hand, helps you to find the worth of yours in the marketplace. And Crystal, when added with LinkedIn, helps you to discover what should you write to people, what are their choices. How many of you find this bonus break insightful? Just type out insightful in the chat box. It's a combination. Some of these tools are free. Nothing is free in the marketplace, my dear friends. Some of these tools are free for a few days and then you tap into the paid version. Yeah. How many of you found these tools insightful? Just type out insightful in the chat box. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Absolutely. How many of you are learning this Sunday morning, friends? Let me see all of you. Just put on your camera. Put on your camera. Let me see all of you. Let me say a hi to you guys. Okay. Furkan, hi Furkan, I can see you. Harshvardhan, good to see you. Hi Mahesh. Hi Anil, good to see you. I like your beard. I'm following you. Hi Pramod, good to see you. Hi Narinder. Oh my God, good to see you, man. Hi Sandesh. I'm not able to see you. Just take the camera a little down I want to see. Oh, good to see you. Good, good, good. Hi, Loganathan. Good to see you. Hi, Chandrakant. Hi, Akshay. Good to see you guys. Put on your camera. Let's see each other. Let me have a look at you guys. Okay, who else do we have? Come on, put on your cameras. It's okay. Don't worry about background. Okay, no one is going to judge you on your background. It's completely okay. Hi, Narsimha. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in, guys. Thanks. Hi, Furkan. Good to see the little cute. Uh, besides you, good to see. Good to see. Brilliant. Hi, Jagdish. You are amazing learner. I must say that. I see you in a lot of my webinars, and you're amazing, amazing. Good to see you guys. Thank you for putting on your camera and coming onto your camera. It was good to see you guys. Thank you. Perfect. Let's continue. So we've come a little known to two secret. What was the first secret? What we got to know about the first secret? That it's about the approach that we got to change in the marketplace. It's about my approach that I need to change. And when I discover and when I work on my approach, I don't make it about me, but what do? I make it about my approach. So I'm kind of not feeling frustrated that I need to not work. Of course, I need to work on me, but it's more about the approach that I need to take. What was the second secret? Let me see how many of you are attentive. What was the second secret? What was the second secret? Let me see how many of you are attentive. Come on, guys. Type out in the chat box. I would like to see what was the second secret that I shared. Resume. Yes, it's about using different types of resume, which will enable you to become more searchable. It will enable you to become more available and you will be available in the marketplace and more visible. Absolutely. These are unobserved types of resume that you have. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Let's move on and let's look at the third type of secret or the third secret, and it's about LinkedIn profile. It's a complete different masterclass that we will need on each of these topics. But what I'm going to kind of share is touch base upon each of these concepts, which kind of are important ingredient for your success recipe of your career and job search. So what is it that I want to talk about when it comes to resume? The first thing that we want to know is, let's check where do we stand on our LinkedIn score. What I'm doing is I'm sharing a link with you all in the chat box, and I want you to go on this link and let me know what is your current SSI score. How much do you score when you click on that link for your profile? Just take a moment, go on this link. Yeah, go on this link, click on the link and check the score, check on your SSI, and let me know out of 100 what is your SSI score right now. Out of 100, what is your SSI score? Very good. 75. How about others? 65, Aditya Raj, brilliant. 71, Narinder. Go on. 32, Mahesh, all right. Click on the link, check your score, and let me know what is your SSI score. $46, all right. $58, $52. So as soon as you go on the link, you got to click on this button, get your score for free. When you click on that, it will show you the score. Yeah, so for me it's 73, and it kind of tells me how visible I am on my industry, how visible I am on my network. So in my industry, I'm in the top 2%. In my network, I'm in the top 3%. And then these are the 4 elements on which your profile is being judged. That how is your professional brand? How are you connecting with the right people? How are you engaging with insights? And how are you building relationships? Right? So that's the score that I'm looking for from all of you. 35, 62. And I'm going to share with you 3-step process to kind of enable your visibility on LinkedIn. 3-step process. You might know a lot of things about LinkedIn already, but this will kind of give you a food for thought on what more do you think you need to do on your LinkedIn profile. So what are those 3 steps? Let's look at that. Let's look at that. We call it as the A, B, and C of LinkedIn. A, B, and C of LinkedIn. The A of LinkedIn stands for attract. Ask yourself, who are you attracting to your LinkedIn profile? Are you attracting the right audience? Are they the right decision maker? Who do you want to connect with? Are they the decision maker for your profile? That's the attract for you. Are you attracting the right audience? That's number 1. Number 2 is, are you, when you attract, it's like you seed, right? You've put in the seeds for mango, or you have put in the seeds for banana. Are you nurturing those seeds? Which means, are you building a strong relationship with people, like a real bond? And are you not just considering, are you just considering them the connection, or are you building that strong bond with them? That's the step number 2, which is build. Yeah, you got to build a strong relationship with people, and don't be transactional only in your connection. A lot of time we connect with people on LinkedIn with just one question, and that is, what is in it for me? If I connect with you, what is in it for me? Am I going to get referred into his organization? It's not just about you, my dear friend. It's not just about receiving, it's also about giving. It's not just about receiving, it's also about giving. You don't just breathe in, you also breathe out. Just try breathing in. Just try breathing in for 2 minutes, 1 minute. What's going to happen when you just breathe in? It's not going to work in your favor. So what we need is to also breathe out, which means what? When we connect with people on LinkedIn, when we connect with them, don't just think about you, also think about what's in it for them. How can I add value for them? How can I really contribute to his or her growth when he's connected with me? That's the second, and that enables you to build stronger relationship. How many of you agree to that? Yeah, that nurture is needed. It's not just about what is in it for me, it's also about them. It's not just about breathing in, it's also about breathing out, right? And the third thing is this: convert. Once you attract, which stands for A, when you build and then you convert into a connection, into an opportunity, or you add a human element to connection, you kind of connect with that person. Some of you, I've got to know you from LinkedIn because I attracted you, because I built relationship. That's where you are into this webinar, where again I'm wanting to add more value to you. So A for attract, B for build, and C for convert. Ask yourself, are you attracting the right audience? If the answer is yes, ask yourself, are you building good relationship with them? Are you adding value to them? Are you sure that you're not making about what is in it for me? And if the answer is yes, that you are attracting the right audience, the decision makers, you're building good relationship with them, then are you giving them a call to action? Are you having an informational interview? Are you interacting with them? Are you talking to them? Are you conducting virtual interviews? Are you doing coffee meetups? Right? And there is the third secret, which means that now you know that the importance of building your virtual presence and networking. Why? Friends, it's about your network is equal to your net worth. Let me repeat. Your network is equal to your net worth. When you build a strong, cordial relation with people, add value to them, nurture them like a tree, like a seed. When you nurture them, only then you kind of get back something in return, not before that. And remember, your network is your net worth. Minal, can we have the third poll? Third poll. How many of you think that LinkedIn is one of the most powerful tool for your job strategy, job search strategy in 2021? How many of you think that? Let's have third poll from all of you. LinkedIn is really important. Remember, guys, there are more than 650 million users on LinkedIn. All Fortune 500 companies are hiring from LinkedIn. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Are you making it an attempt to learn and upgrade yourself on LinkedIn? Or you are just considering LinkedIn as well as job portal? Last five, four, three, two, and ending the poll now. You can share the result. Thank you so much for 100% believe. And I'm glad that I'm able to add that belief to your kitty that LinkedIn is crucial. Why? Because remember, guys, your beliefs define your actions. When your beliefs are changed, only then you'll be able to change your action, not before that. Like you knew LinkedIn, but maybe you've not taken as much action as possible until now. But now you tell yourself that, you know what, I got to work more harder on LinkedIn and understanding the tool and understanding how to really network. We are not taught how to see, these are the life skills. How many of you agree that these are the life skills which are very crucial for one to grow in his life? And as a working professor, so education system did not focus on it. And as we moved ahead in our career, in our life, we also focused what? We focus more on what? Technical skills or showmanship skills? What do we focus on? Technical or showmanship? One or two? We focus more on technical because we want to be better at our craft. Absolutely, yes. But guess what? Now you got to take that charge and make that as a priority for 2021, that, you know what, I want to make my showmanship skills work better, because I know that you are good enough, but the other colleague in your organization who is not good in technical skill, but just because he's good in showmanship skill, is always visible. How many of you have that colleague in the organization? I have been at that place for so long, my dear friends. Just because who I was an introvert, always taking that corner seat, always telling myself that, you know what, my work will speak for me. Huh. Guess what? Your bosses are busy showcasing themselves. They're not worried about you. Very few of them are there as a leader who are creating next level leader, but majority of them are really concerned about their own position, their own growth. So unless you take that ownership that I want to create that impact in leading my career, no one else is going to do that for you. How many of you get that message clearly? I might really be a little harsh here, but I want to be, because I'm not here to please you. That's the harsh reality. Right? Brilliant. 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 Let's move on to the fourth secret. And this is one of the most crucial one. One of the most crucial one. Why? Because this has also been one of the most ignored skill. One of the most ignored skill. Can you guess what is that? What is that? One of the most ignored script. Type out in the chat box. What is that? One of the most communication? All right. No. To get you a job, this is one of the most ignored skill. One of the most important as well. Listening skills. All right. Marketing your skills. Okay. Application skills. Interesting. Compensation, negotiation. Yeah, these are advanced skills. You get into negotiation when you have opportunities at the, like, you should have opportunity to negotiate. Right now the objective is to get more opportunity, right? This is related to you attracting more opportunities, right? Let's look at that. Seven-step action plan to build a recruiter friendly resume. Seven-step action plan. And this is one of the most important element in the overall webinar. So pay attention. We are going to go slow. We are going to kind of go deep, and we are going to understand this a little from a new perspective. How many of you are ready to, it's like when I want to pour in water into a bottle, the cap of the bottle has to be opened. Otherwise the water will go waste, right? How many of you are ready for, absorbing a new perspective? Just type out new in the chat box, or type out ready in the chat box if you're ready for that. Type out ready. Are you all ready? Ready, ready, ready. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it's been over an hour. I know you've been listening to me. Are you ready? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I see all of you charged up. Brilliant. Let's go on. Let's go on. What are the seven-step process? Seven-step process. Seven-step process. The first element in seven steps or seven element for designing a resume is the alignment. Let's go to my whiteboard, and let me share my whiteboard with all of you, and let me show you something. Okay, now let's assume that here you are. Okay, this is you. Pardon my drawing. And this is an offer letter. What you're trying is to really go here. This is what we're trying. But there are checkposts in between. There are checkposts in between. Between you, this is you, and an opportunity, there is something which we call it as a person who is a recruiter. There is a recruiter between you and an opportunity. There's a recruiter in between you and an opportunity. Yeah, please understand the theory behind what I'm trying to showcase. This is very deep and this is very important. Pay attention. Between you and an opportunity, there is a recruiter. But between you and a recruiter, there is something. Can you tell me what is that? There's something between you and a recruiter. CV, resume, all right. You're very close, but that's not the right answer I'm looking for. LinkedIn, okay, go on. Job portal, very close, Anil. Requirements, ATS, Narinder, yes, that's right. There is something we call it as ATS. Now think about it. When there is one opportunity that I see on LinkedIn, there are thousands of applicants who are applying through that opportunity. Thousands of them. Now, do you think that recruiter has got so much of time to review each and every application one by one? Absolutely not. So what do? They have something they call it as application tracking system, which does what? Listen to me very carefully, because nazre hati durghatna ghati. If you lose out the focus, you're going to miss out it, right? What it does, it kind of does a matchmaking between two documents, very crucial documents. First document is your JD. Second document is your resume. What it does is it tries to find a match of percentage between these two documents and tells me that how much compatible is my resume to this job description. And if your compatibility of a resume is less than 80%, you have very less probability of getting a call back. What does this mean? That if you want to land into an opportunity, you have to bypass recruiter. And if you want to really reach out to recruiter, you have to bypass ATS, which is dependent on one of the most important factor, which is compatibility between these two documents, resume and job description. How many of you learned just now something new? Just type out new in the chat box. You kind of knew, but maybe not in this manner. Yeah. Pay attention, because what I've just told you is the problem. I'm now going to tell you a solution as well. Okay. So pay attention. So you are here, you want to attract opportunities. What you do is you create a resume. Because you've created a resume with the help of a resume writer, you kind of now want to have a return on investment. You send one resume to everyone. And that's where the question which I asked you, whether you want to be qualitative in your approach to job search or quantitative. What is quantitative? It's about you pick up one resume and apply to all the opportunities with the help of that resume. What is qualitative? You take time to review each resume, each job description. And I'm saying this word review, which means what? You invest time in reading that job description, and not just randomly, apply to opportunities. That's where you become more qualitative, right? So what does the alignment talk about? Alignment talks about these things, which is the step number one. Alignment of what? JD as well as CV. We should no longer only look at what is the hike that they're giving, what is the designation that they're giving, what is the name of the organization. We also got to look at the description of the job with attention to details. You can leverage the platform jobscan.co for identifying the compatibility. Observe the changes and ensure you prepare an action plan based on what changes are needed. That's step number one out of 7 steps that we're going to talk about. The second step is about the content. What should you put into your resume? What should you really write in? What should be the content of the resume? Now, here are some of the pointers for you. What I would want ideally you guys to do is pick up 3 to 5 job description. Ideal job description. If you remember in the first secret, I talked about asking 5 questions. Do you remember that? What are the cities? What are the industries? What are the top 10 organization, function, role, right? These are the, based on that, what are the top 3 to 5 JDs that you can identify in the organization where you want to attract opportunity for? Not any random opportunity that I've been applying. Again, it's about changing the approach. So you pick up 3 to 5 job description and you take a conscious effort to study those 3 to 5 job descriptions. Like you got to go deep in studying those job descriptions, word by word. And when you study them, you identify something very crucial, which is what? Which is keywords of those job descriptions. Keywords. What are the top keywords that they are putting in? So let's assume that you have taken 3 to 5 different job descriptions, or let me share my screen. Okay, I'm sharing my screen and I want to show you this personally so that it's very crucial step and I don't want you guys to miss out on this. So what I'm doing is to identify the keywords, I'm going to this website called wordclouds.com. Write it down. Someone can write it down in the chat box. For others, please type it in the chat box for others. Maybe Meenal, you can do that. Okay. And what I do is I go and create your own word cloud and I say, okay, I want to paste or type out the text here. And I have copied a job description already. And I'm going to paste that job description 3 times, assuming there are 3 job descriptions that I'm putting in. And I say apply. As soon as I do that, what word cloud is going to do is it is going to form a word cloud for me. Apply and it will form a word cloud. I don't know why it's not forming right now, but what necessarily happens is it creates a word cloud in itself. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. So it creates a word cloud like this on itself. And it tells me the words which are in capital, which are sounding very higher, bolder, are the words which are repeated again and again. So what do I have to do if I'm searching for a job is I have to ensure that these words are repeated again and again in my resume. That's where the content strategy of your resume will come in. How many of you think that this is a good hack? Just type out hack in the chat box. Oh, Mahesh, please take care. Remove this. Remove what you have done to the screen, Mahesh. Just undo that, please. Thank you. This is real good hack. So what do is you go to the wordclouds.com, pick up 3JD, apply there, pick up the keywords, incorporate that in your resume. Yeah, that's one. Second is use the rule of 5, which means what? At each role, let's say I worked in TCS as senior associate, as team lead, as assistant manager. So at senior associate level, what were the 5 roles and responsibilities I had? At assistant manager, what were the 5 responsibilities I had? And I also want to write along with these responsibilities some of the KPIs. What is KPI? It is key performance indicator. Because of the roles that were aligned to me, what were the outcome that I was able to derive on that each of the role. And when I do that, you should ideally have 5 sections, couple of them, which are really mandatory. One is, of course, the experience section. Then what are the key achievements that you have? What are the skills that you've got, technical, non-technical? What are the education and credential? Because it takes over if you are experienced professional. And then personal information about mobile number, email ID, LinkedIn profile, and location. Where are you from? not the entire address, not needed. If you are someone who is 10 plus years of experience, you also might want to have career timeline. Okay, in 2016, 2006, I started with TCS. 2010, I moved on to a senior role. 2013, I moved out of TCS. I joined JP Morgan. You could give career timeline if you have 10 plus years of experience. You might want to write executive summary if you have 10 plus years of experience. And you also want to give video resume link if you want to stand out. How many of you would like to stand out in your application? Just type out stand out in the chat box. Just type out stand out in the chat box if you want to really stand out in your application. Work on your video resume. Work on your video resume. Yeah. So this is the second element of content. What was the first one? Was about alignment. The second one is about the content. The third element, which is again very crucial, is of placement. Now do this activity, all of you. If you have your resume open with you, do this activity with me. Just open the resume that you have, maybe in your mobile or a hard copy or a PDF file that you have. Just open that. Just type out ready when you have that, with you. If it is not there, it's okay. Don't bother. But it's okay if you have one. Yeah, do this exercise with me. For 8 seconds, just open your resume and watch it for 8 seconds. 8 seconds. And ask yourself what all information is your attention going to. So what all information is your attention going to within 8 seconds? 3, 2, 1. Just that's it. No more reading. Let me know what all things were you able to identify from your resume within 8 seconds. Type out in the chat box. What is it called? It's called as 8 seconds test. 8 seconds test. 8 seconds test. If you want to attract opportunities, friends, you got to give in more information within that time. Because guess what? It is possible that you are getting shortlisted because of the ATS, but what you're not able to bypass is the recruiter. You've got good resume, but you're not able to bypass the recruiter. Why? Because of the attention deficiency. I, as a recruiter, will spend minimum, I'll look at in a day up to 100, 150 profiles minimum. Now, I don't have hours to spend time on your profile. If your profile is not communicating with me, why will I spend that time? How many of you see an important element which might be missing right now in your resume? And just you fix this, you've got a lot of attention. Right? Now, what do we do? Let me share my whiteboard again. Let me explain to you something. So, from your as is situation to your to be situation, where you want to be, from where you are, right? This is where you are. The first thing that you got to take care of is ATS. You got to take care of ATS. Doing what? Working on your keywords. The second thing that you got to take care of is your positioning of content inside a resume. You got to take care of this using what? The 8-second rule. And when you kind of take care of these two things, what happens is you kind of interact then with someone from the organization, which is your recruiter will give you a call, and then your teammate will help. What is teammate? Can you tell me what is teammate? Yeah. So from your as a situation where maybe you're not attracting opportunities, for you to be moving to be situation, you got to first work on your keywords, work on your positioning, work on your teammate. That will open up doors for opportunities. What is teammate? Can you type out in the chat box? What do you think is the teammate? Come on. TMAY. What is teammate? What is the meaning of teammate? Let me know quickly. No, not cover letter. Yes, that's tell me something about yourself. How many of you think that that's the first question which is being asked to you? Yeah, that's the first question that's asked to you. Even if it is a telephonic call. But how prepared are we right now on team on the scale of 10? Let me know. How prepared are we for answering this question? Tell me something about yourself on the scale of 10. 6, 2, 6, 9. Very good. 5, 5, 4, 6 or 7, 7. Do you think it's important to be prepared on team A? Tell me something about yourself. Walk me through your profile. Tell me how does your day go in an organization where you work? How do you start your day? Guys, one of the mistakes that I have seen a lot of professionals do is they know a lot of these things, but they've not kind of taken time to prepare themselves for these things. What I want you guys to kind of commit to yourself is I'm going to invest time consciously to prepare myself, because from the recruiter side, there is a larger pool of workforce available right now, bigger pool of workforce available right now. And they have option to tap into that workforce. Why will they be interested in your profile, in your job description, in you? What is their reason to be interested? You got to give them reasons. And when you work on your ATS friendly resume, you give them a reason. When you work on your alignment, you give them a reason. When you work on your keyword, you give them a reason. When you work on your teammate, you give them a reason. Right? So the 8-second test about your resume, the 8-second test is very crucial. That's really, really very crucial. So what do? We work on placing strategically the content inside the resume. With 3 to 5 friends, you might do this test and know what changes do you need. Placement of different portion defines whether the further engagement will happen or not. So many of you are getting the profile getting shortlisted, but you're not able to move forward just because of this reason. So ATS is shortlisting your profile, but recruiter is not engaging. Highly possible. Fourth element is about formatting. I have seen a lot of resumes, guys, where the basics of formatting is not done. Like there is a font misalignment, the size of font misalignment, the look and feel of your resume matters. Whether you're using general resume or a visual resume. When you're using in emails, you got to use PDF. When you're sending and uploading on portals, you got to upload Word document. Remember that. Proofread your resume entirely 3 times, 5 times, 7 times before you send out, because even a single mistake can kind of take away the attention of the recruiter. Even a single mistake. So just take care of look and feel, and it really enables you to present yourself in a better way. Fifth is about visuals. It matters. You might, you might try out visual resume for yourself. It's costly affair, but it might work for you. It might not work for you. Some of the ATS software are not compatible enough for visual resume. So you might want to try out. Don't just take what I say, but experience for yourself. That's really very crucial. You can also leverage canva.com for exploring what all different visual resume are available in the marketplace. Sixth is about the outcome. Think about it. What outcomes are you producing for the organization? What are you? What value are you bringing on the table? Let me ask you. What are what are the three reasons or three important skills or competencies for which I should hire? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, I'll repeat the 7 elements again for all of you, Srinivas and Furkan. No worries. Let me know what are the three important reasons or competencies, and just reflect for a while and let me know. I want all of you to type out in the chat box. And as I said, please participate. What I see is some of you are kind of relaxing because it's been an hour and a half. But guess what? I'm standing and delivering to you because I believe that I want to put 100% in the webinar. But I'm expecting the same from you. I'm expecting 100% from you. Go ahead and type out in the chat box. What are your top three competencies, top three non-negotiable, top three skills that you come with, right? Go ahead and write down. Yes, I'll repeat all the elements. Please do not worry about it. Industry, self-driven, finisher, finitiator. Very good. I like that word, finitiator. Multifaceted leader with 5 years of experience in managing and handling crucial projects that includes 300 ROI of an organization. Entrepreneurship approach. Very good. Very good. Go ahead, guys. Come on, type out. Now, it's also a good point to reflect on. What are your top three specific? Some of you, what you're sharing is very generic. I want specific, which you can back up with an explanation if the need be. You can give an explanation if the need be that why do you think you have these three things? Because in the past, someone wrote, I have helped organization get up to 300% of ROI. Can you quantify your outcomes? Let me repeat. Can you quantify your outcomes, friends? Because it's not just about giving theory or gyan, but it's also about telling them what exactly are you bringing on the table, which is unique from other candidates. And if you are able to come up with that and explain that in your resume, in the KPI section, so you have a role, so you're working currently with the next organization at such level. There you have 3, 4, 5 responsibilities. Just below responsibilities, you want to write down KPIs, key performance indicator. And because of these responsibilities, because you're working on these responsibilities, these are the results that you're generating. Maybe you're helping them to uh, work on the top line, or you're helping them to work on the bottom line. What is the top line? Revenue, business. You're helping them to generate more business. What is the bottom line? You're helping them to work on the margins, profitability. Yeah, maybe you don't have that section right now, role wise. It's good to have 1 or 2 pointers in KPI. All right. Does it make sense, guys? Type out sense in the chat box if you think it is making sense. Because this is one of the most crucial aspect of the entire webinar. If you don't get this, you're going to kind of not feel that you've got a value in this session, because I want to kind of give a lot of insights to you, help you enable your thought process and question your belief, traditional belief, and help you make aware that what, yes, there is a possibility, but are we aware about these possibilities? That's the question. Maybe a lot of you are attending and listening to these concepts for the first time. How many of you are listening and attending these concepts for the first time? Just type out first in the chat box. Maybe you have a decade experience, more than a decade experience, 2 decades experience, but for the first time you're listening. Why? Because our educational system did not serve these things. These are life skills. This is what helps you to grow, apart from what you add to your work every single day. And just this awareness is going to boost your morale, boost your confidence, and give you a new perspective to start your day tomorrow. Right? Let's look at these elements again. Right? Let's look at these elements. The sixth one is about KPI. It's about outcome, and then the last one, which is about credentials. I am sure lot of you, many of you have invested highly in learning in this COVID. How many of you have gone ahead and done a lot of learning in this COVID? Just type out me in the chat box. How many of you are learners, lifelong learners? Type out me in the chat box. Right? Brilliant, 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 brilliant. I like that. I like that. Now, because you have invested into learnings, you got to make a mention of that into COVID learning table. What is COVID learning table? It's known fact for all of us that we've invested in learning. So let's design a small tabular format in resume. First column talks about the month or the year in which you invested into. Second column talks about the program details. Third column talks about the key learnings, and fourth column talks about the key outcomes. So what we are talking about is how good learner we are, and this is not a common thing to find in every resume. This is something which is uncommon. And what happens when you see something uncommon? What happens when you see something uncommon? Tell me in the chat box. What happens when you see something uncommon? It's get attention. Absolutely. It stands out, and you want to stand out, my dear friends, right? So you also give a message that I'm a learner. You tell them that I have learned these things, I've implemented these things, and these are the results that I've got, which means you are an action taker. You're not just giving yarn. Let me know one thing that stood out in this webinar for you if you have attended a lot of webinar. What was that one thing that stood out until now in this almost 1.5 hour or 1 hour 45 minutes? Let me know. What is one thing that stood out for you in this webinar? Practicality, tools, brilliant. I like that. Because guess what? Tools are the only things which is going to fast track your job search, not anything else. Mindset, tools, new hope, very good insights, everything. How to write in resume, very good. Ground realities, absolutely. Brilliant, brilliant. And we have a lot more coming in. How many of you want me to share more with you in this webinar when the time is there? Because I want to give a lot of value to all those who are dedicated, committed learner. Yeah. Let's go on to look at the next element, which is seventh, which is about credential. Create a tabular format of these credential in your, in your resume. Now, some of you who might be 15 plus years of experience, 20 years of experience, you might want to take up something into learning which is long term, which you want to associate yourself from brand universities of Harvard, Oxford, Stanford, IIM, IIT. Ask yourself if you can, because at times you find yourself into a position where you're, already hitting a ceiling, and you feel that there's nothing which is happening beyond. I mean, I've been at the same place for a very long time, and I need a boost from here. I need a next level of fuel from here. How many of you think that you need a next level of fuel from here? Just type out me in the chat box. Right? If you feel that I need a next level, think considering a little long-term learning, maybe a year diploma, or a year long, learning from executives. With executives, there are a lot of learnings that happens with executives. Choosing the right one is very crucial. Having associated with brand is very crucial, because guess what? There are organization where you want to get in, they kind of filter on your learnings. From which university have you graduated? Have you graduated from IIM? Your profile will get shortlisted in some of the criteria that they search for. Have you graduated from Harvard, Stanford? Some of these, they do put in that as a filter. And if you feel it's not just a random impulse decision which I'm asking you to take, yes, there is a detailed consulting that you should do, detailed design of career map that you should do. But when I worked with CFOs, CEOs, COOs, and people who are aspiring to be one, how many of you are aspiring to get into that cadre? Type out aspiring in the chat box. Type out aspiring in the chat box, because you have that willingness to really reach at the senior leadership level, right? If you are someone, then you must considering design of career map and skill map which is supporting that career map. If you are someone like that who have that aspiration, who needs right coaching, mentoring to get there, it's like the direction, the GPS that's needed to reach that destination, that aspect has to be added. Otherwise this wish is going to stay that way. Like when I work with CEOs, CFOs, country heads of MNCs, and when I kind of interact with them, and we go into real deep conversations to understand the reality on that side, and when I interact with them, I myself learn a lot of perspective. When you hear a real life story of a person who is at that level, and what all things has he done, and what all things has he kind of really put himself into just to reach there. And it's all about that awareness which is needed. Maybe we are not aware. Like today you attended this webinar, you've learned a lot of things. You tapped into an awareness. You tapped into that awareness. But what happened is that awareness was not with you until now. Now your actions will change because of this awareness. How many of you see that? Yes, it does. It does. Furkan, it does. In some of the organization, it does. If not in all, some roles, some organization, it does help to kind of fast track your growth, because that's the mandate that they have, to have someone from such university done such things. Yeah, brilliant. Let's move on. Let's revise all the 7 elements. We started with what? We started with first element, which was about alignment of JD and CV. We talked about job scan. We talked about compatibility, right? Second, we talked about the content. What should be the flow? What should be the ingredients? Third, we talked about the placement of these, different sections in the resume and bypassing the 8-second test. Fourth, we talked about the formatting, which is look and feel of your resume. And of course, visual and general resume that are available. You can try out different things. Proofreading plays very crucial role. Doing multiple proofread is important. Fifth is about visuals. If you can add colors, chart, showcase number in a better way, try to convert these achievements into visuals, and use canva.com if you want to bring in more visuals. Sixth is about outcome. As to what outcomes do I need? Can I put in more KPIs? Can I put in the achievements that I have had in past? And then seventh is about taking, credential, taking the ownership, taking the new learning on the marketplace. And can I create a table where I can talk about these credential, and where I can talk about these learnings, and where I can talk about these elements in that table and the outcome as well. Yeah. So these were the 7 elements. What is the secret here? Now you know the deep work which is needed to work on your resume. There's a lot that goes behind. Let's have the poll. Meenal, please put out the poll. Please put out the poll. Question number 4. How many of you realize the importance of the back-end work that goes in job search in 2021? Can we have the poll? Yeah, take the poll. That's on your screen right now. Take the poll. Let me know. What do you think? Interesting. Interesting. I like the participation. Go on, go on, go on. 10 more seconds. Go on. I really admire your participation, guys. You are doing amazing in terms of being present in this webinar. Yeah. Many of you feel that I was missing something I knew and I didn't really think about these elements in past, right? And some of you also think that I never thought about the depth needed in the job search. Absolutely. It's important to realize it, but what's more important is to act on it. Is to act on it. This is what the result says. 63% of you says that I knew I was missing something in my job search, and 38% of you say that I never thought about the depth that is needed in the job search. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing that. And now we come to the final secret. What is the final secret? Let's get into the final secret. How to get out of the seekers and scarcity mindset. Okay, let me ask you this. How many of you believe that you need to shift your mindset of job search? Just type out believe in the chat box if you believe that. If you believe that, type out believe, type out believe if you believe that you need to shift your mindset if you believe that. Okay. Hmm. Now, also write down in the chat box. Take a minute first to think. To think. Okay. Listen to this question very carefully and write it down. Maybe what is my current mindset for job search? Take a minute. Think about it first. What is my current mindset for job search? Think about it first, and then type out after a minute. I'm giving you a minute. Type out after a minute as to what do you think is your really mindset about job search, because it's very crucial. It's like roots and fruits. If we want to change the fruits, we got to change the roots. Unless we tap into the roots, no change is going to happen. No information is kind of going to serve that purpose. So think about it. What is my current mindset on job search? Think about it, and after a minute, I'll ask you to type out. Then you can type out. Think about it. Yeah, write it down. What is your current mindset when it comes to job search? Write it down in the chat box. It's a very important question, friends. Very important question, because the quality of life depends on the quality of questions that we ask ourselves. When it comes to job search, when it comes to career, when it comes to life, what is my existing belief that is possibly holding me back from taking action? Like you feel at times that I want to take action tomorrow morning, but there's something which is pulling you back. It's something which is kind of holding you back. And that's where the mindset comes in. That's where what mindset am I operating from when it comes to job search? Ask yourself, right? And if I was to ask you in 2021, in 2021, the job search strategy for 2021, what do you think is most important? Is it mindset? Is it strategy? Or is it the tactics? One for mindset, two for strategy, three for tactics. What do you think? In the chat box right now. In the chat box right now. Go ahead. One, two, or three. One for mindset, two for strategy, three for tactics. Ask yourself. Now, some of you might not believe me when I say this, but 80% of the time, it's the mindset which plays crucial role. 10% for strategy, 10% for tactics. What are the different types of mindset which exist? Let's look at that. Either there is a growth mindset or there is a fixed mindset. Remember the roots and the fruits analogy. When I'm giving the talks which are negative inside, the self-talk which is negative, what's going to come up also is not going to be positive. It's going to be negative. We get approximately 60,000 thoughts in a day. And if majority of them are negative, how is it that you are going to really fight the situation, especially now when we are into an attention economy? In my research, working and having a community of 2000 mid-career professionals, if I was to really look at this, that's the reality. 95% professionals fail to get a job just because of the fixed mindset and negative self-talk. It's just because of these two. Fixed mindset and negative self-talk. It is just because of this that because what's happening in the back end, if you look at it, what's happening is I am wanting to take action. I start my day, want to take action just because of the negative self-talk. What I've done is I've, calmed myself and not taken the right action or not taken an action at all. And when you want to work on building a growth mindset from the fixed mindset, here are three things that you must do. Number one, listen to me very carefully. Number one is to read books. Read books, because that's going to keep you really in the zone of learning. And when you are in the zone of learning, you feel differently. How many of you feel different today in this session? Just type out different if you feel different today in this session. Just type out different if you feel different today. Yeah. First thing is about reading. And what is the crux of reading? What is the summary of reading? What happens when you kind of read books? All the authors have mentioned that if you want to bring about a change in you, you got to really be surrounded with people who are going to enable your growth. Who are the top 5 people you are surrounded with? Ask yourself. Who are these top 5 people you are surrounded with? Because you are equal to the 5 people you spend the most time with. It can be your family members. No problem. They're good. They don't think bad about you. But are you enabling growth by being with them only? or you want to expand your circle and tap into, because when you surround yourself with people who are ahead of you, you also tap into the growth that they are having or seeking. So having reading books, and the crux of the books is that you want to spend time with people who are ahead of you. And the third is enough of awareness, enough of knowledge. Nothing happens unless you can you fill up the blank? Unless you type out in the chat box. Nothing happens unless you act. Absolutely. So many of you registered for this webinar, some of you attended, and then only few of you. The research says out of any webinar, there are only 3 to 5% of people who are action takers. There are 95 to 97% of them who just stay as they were, as they were. Now ask yourself, you want to be in the tribe of 97% or you want to be in the tribe of 3% who are action takers? Because after this webinar, what's going to happen is you are going to get consumed by social media. There is family, it's Sunday, they're wanting your attention. There are other priorities, work at home, which are kind of piled up for weekend. You are going to get pulled up by each and every task that's out there. How many of you agree to that? Yeah, come back to usual routine. That's your default zone that we get into, and it's natural to do that and natural to happen that. But what's your ecosystem that enables growth in you? That's the question you got to ask yourself. What is my ecosystem that is enabling growth in me? What's that system that's enabling growth in me? In organization, you will see a system that's enabling growth. But what about your personal growth, my friend? Who is enabling that personal growth? Three things. First one, read, 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 read. Second is take care of your surrounding. Surround yourself with people who are enabling growth for you. And third is act. Don't just learn or listen. Act, act, act. How many of you are action taker in this webinar? Just type out action in the chat box or type out I am an action taker. I am an action taker. Type out I am an action taker. Type out completely no others. Type out I am an action taker. I like that. I like that. Sagar, very good. Chandrakant, brilliant. Sandesh, Navneet, very good. Furkan, thank you. Yeah, I'm an action taker. And when you repeat this to yourself every single day, what's going to happen? You are going to tap into becoming better version of yourself. Now here is the poll for you. The last poll. Meenal, can you release the last poll? The fifth poll. Yeah, the fifth one. Yeah. Take up the poll. I loved. Within 10 seconds, almost 90%, 70, 80% of you have answered. Go ahead. Quickly. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and ending the poll now. 100% of you believe that it's about action, and your job search strategy is incomplete if you do not have action. Yeah, it's about mindset, it's about the work that we got to do, and it's about the learnings that we've had on the way. Guys, I want you to type out of these 5 secrets, what are your top 3 takeaways from this masterclass, from this webinar? Top 3 takeaways. What are those? What would be your top 3 takeaways that you're going to take an action on? Let me know. Give me specifics. Just don't write 3 and 4. What are your top three takeaways out of this masterclass? Mindset, absolutely. That's very important. That's the foundation. Mindset is the foundation of everything that you build onto it. Check on the mindset. If you are struggling, strategy, tools, importance of social media, mindset, attract, showmanship skills, LinkedIn, mindset of change, absolutely, self-talk, actions, growth mindset, tools that's needed, mindset, tools, LinkedIn, using the right tools, absolutely, building resume, mindset, resume, building, reading a book. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Video resume, LinkedIn, CV, ATS. Superb, superb, superb. I like the learnings and the crowdsourcing of learning that's happening right now. KPIs, outcome, superb. Now, here is an important question for all of you. And the question is, how many of you, and listen to the question very carefully, how many of you are ready to take complete charge of your career? Because what now I'm going to invite you all is to get deep into the learnings. How many of you know the iceberg theory? The iceberg theory. What do you know about the iceberg theory? Top is only what? 5%. The bottom, the deep work is what? 95%. Guys, what we've done in last almost 2 hours is we have kind of navigated onto the top of the funnel, top of the iceberg. Now, what I'm going to invite all of you, when you want to take charge of your career, is to go deep like an iceberg. How many of you are wanting to go deep into your career mastery or into taking charge of your career? Just type out in the chat box if you are ready for some serious work, which is really very deep. This was just an iceberg, top of the iceberg. Just type out deep in the chat box if you're ready for taking some deep work into your career. Because what I'm going to introduce all of you is a very in-depth program where almost 2000 plus mid-career professionals have gone through that program and have taken advantage of the wisdom of 4 years and research of 4 years. Just type out in the chat box if you are keen, and I'm going to kind of in a while share with you. So normally there are different levels, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase all the levels, and you tell me which level are you keen at. You might be really okay with the readiness, but you want to work on the development, or you are okay with readiness and development and you want to work with mastery of career. Yeah. So 3 levels of program of career mastery, and I'm going to introduce you guys to this entire program and help you to understand first what really happens when you want to take charge of career and what aspects you got to touch base if you want to touch base onto this career, right? All right, all right. I see many of you are ready and wanting to understand that. So I'm going to share my screen and explain to you as to what all these 3 levels are. So as I said in the beginning that in 2016, when I started my journey with JJ School of Employability, the objective and the idea was to help as many working professionals and students as possible. And as we moved along, a lot of things happened which I didn't even thought about. One of them was writing books. Another was having a TEDx stage. And third one, which is very profound and I'm very proud of, is building a community of 2000 mid-career professionals where all these people come together to learn, to interact, and to grow, right? Was it easy? Absolutely not. It was not easy at all. There were a lot of people in the beginning who believed in the vision behind it because they felt the importance and need of having that community, not only for themselves, but for working professionals as a class. Where do working professionals go when he wants to kind of connect and network and learn and grow? Where should he go? Is he limited to the limited people that he has in network, or can he expand that? Yeah. So understand the vision behind it first of all, and then we'll definitely look at the commercials that's there and whether it is the right fit for you or not. All right. So let's understand each of them in detail. So career readiness primarily caters to different aspects of preparing yourself for your career, for job change, for the resume, LinkedIn, 4i framework, smart search strategies, networking strategy, job search mindset, LinkedIn mindset, going deep into each of these, which takes about 3 weeks of time. The second level is about career development, where we talk about how to answer questions in interview, the communication, the presence, the presentation, the negotiation, the storytelling in your interview, which takes about again 3 weeks of time, and especially the art of follow up. When you are kind of giving an interview and when you are wanting to kind of follow up, what should you really do to get selected, get better results in your follow-up. And then comes the mastery, where we talk about career mapping, which is an intense exercise that we do, career mapping and skill mapping. Then second is about how to manage crisis in a career. Like if you're going through a crisis in a career, how do you manage? It's again a very deep work that we do. And the third level is about the career transition code, again, which takes a 3 weeks time. Now, uh, some of these programs are recorded and some of these are conducted live. It's a combination of live plus recorded program to which you have lifetime access, right? It's three levels that we kind of cater to. So let me repeat that again for you. First one is career readiness. It's about resume design, LinkedIn optimization, Google Smart Search, 4i framework, networking strategy, job search mindset, LinkedIn mindset. Your resume will be reviewed here. LinkedIn profile will be reviewed here by me. Yeah, so that's level one of career readiness. Duration is 3 weeks. Investment is in front of you. Second is about career development. Again, design of your tell me something about yourself, how to answer questions, communication and presentation mastery, negotiations mastery, storytelling in your interviews, uh, and how to kind of follow up and what are the sequence. And we kind of give you templates out there for you to better follow up and get better response from the follow up email or follow up call that you do. That's level two. Again, duration is 3 weeks. And third is about career mapping. Only three topics we touch upon here, but very crucial. One is about career mapping, how to design with a skill map. A workbook is given to you here, how to manage your career in a crisis situation like this. And then, of course, how to transition your career if you are wanting to in a mid career. So there's a career transition code class that we give you access to. Again, the duration is 3 weeks. So level one, level two, and level three. So these are the three levels that's available. Let me know in the chat box, which level are you keen at? Would you want to start with readiness and then explore the development, or you want to start directly with career mastery being the third level? Let me know in the chat box, L1, L2, or L3, or maybe combination. Primarily, if you take all three levels together, it's a 9 weeks of intense work with you. Yeah. Level one. All right. Level two, level one. Let me know quickly in the chat box. What do you relate more with, level two and three? All right. Level three, one, level three, level one, level two and three, level one and two, possible. So you might want to start with level one and then possibly later on might want to upgrade. Even that is a possibility. Absolutely. Level three, level two and three. All right. Perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of showcase to you exactly how does the community look like. So we will be giving you an access to a membership dashboard. This is how it looks like, where a lot of things can happen. If you look at, you can publish article. It's an internal dashboard and portal that we've created with the site name Making India Employable. There are courses that you will be getting access to, job posting status. If some of you have posted jobs from your organization, you've applied to them. Lot of things happens via this dashboard that you will be given access to lifetime. Uh, yes, as I said, this is how the courses looks like, and you can have access and kind of go through these courses one by one. You join this community. We've got 800 members in this particular group. There are various groups, and then of course you join the Telegram group as well that we've got. So these are the three levels, and the investment of these three levels, as I said, is 5,999, 6,999, and 999, 9999. But what I'm going to do today for all of you, if you're really keen to uh, get and take charge of your career, and I want to really support all of you, especially those who are really keen to take up this charge, is something special. How many of you want me to do something special? Type out special, because I want to give value and I want to support you and I want to build this community where people believe in helping each other. That's the motive. So let me know in the chat box if you want me to do something really special for you guys. Type out special in the chat box. Come on, go ahead and type out special in the chat box. Special is this. The special is I'm not going to charge you this, and I am going to do all these three levels at 5,999. At 5,999, all the three levels, which means 9 weeks of learning, lifetime access, but 9 weeks of learning, intense learning that we get into. How many of you are wanting to really get into this community and take access to all these modules right away? Just type out ready if you are ready. Just type out ready if you are ready. Yeah, super. And what I'm going to ask Meenal is to share the link. If you're ready, click on the link, register, and listen to me very carefully. There are 8 bonuses and one special bonus. 8 bonuses and one special bonus if you register in next 15 minutes. This is how the 9 masterminds are going to look like. We are going to have weekly mastermind with each other. I'll be moderating those mastermind on a weekly basis. Yeah. First week will be about LinkedIn and modern job search approach. Second week is about strategic networking. Third week is about communication and presentation, storytelling, interview questions, 25 questions answered for you, how to follow up after an interview, how to design a career map, how to manage career in a crisis situation, what is a career transition code, and that's how we're going to end. 9 weeks, 7 days, 63 days. And by the end of 63 days, you will have completely taken charge of your career. And that's not only the thing. What we are also going to do is there are 8 bonuses which is going to be available in this webinar. I'm going to put the timer right now for 15 minutes. And what we are going to do is put that link in the chat box. And once you kind of register, do also let me know in the chat box that you've registered. And there are 8 bonuses. Yes. That's the webinar only offer. If you are wanting to take the learning to next level, that's the webinar only offer. There are 8 bonuses. Yes, that's going to be interactive, Furkan. That's interactive session. I'm going to moderate the entire sessions. Yes. You will get to know the bonuses as well. You will get to know the bonuses as well. But here is the thing. Here is the thing. If you are in the first few members to register, you will get a one-to-one session of 60 minutes. That's exclusive for first few, right? The link is there in the chat box. Register and let me know. Register and let me know. And we are going to give to first few people only. And there are 8 bonuses. Yeah, worth 17,000. What are those bonuses? Let's have a look at that. Let's look at those bonuses. The first bonus, okay, these are the results of some of the members. Ready to edit resume templates. How many of you would like to have access to ready to editable resume templates? If that's the case, I'm going to provide you with ready to edit resume templates. Yeah, that's the bonus number 1. Second bonus will be a LinkedIn banner, complete LinkedIn banner that we will design for you and provide you with. That's the second bonus. The third bonus is top 30 interview questions answered for you. How many of you would love to have a FAQ of questions and answers? Fourth is a 90 days dream job journal, which is going to work on your mindset. Fifth is about 3 interactive follow-up email sequence done for you. These are like the sequence of emails that you want to share, that you want to send, that you want to follow up with after you've applied to an opportunity. Then we have a goal setting masterclass, especially for people who have registered in the webinar, a goal setting masterclass. How to manage, how many of you think it's important topic? How to manage your bosses? Just type out important in the chat box if you think it's important topic. Yes. Yeah, that will be a group session. If you think it's an important topic, how to manage your bosses, let me know in the chat box. So what we do is we're going to have a session on how to manage your bosses. And then the last one is how to present yourself confidently. How to present yourself confidently. So these are the bonuses that we've talked about, right? These are the bonuses that we've talked about. Click on the link, register, because guess what? You're just one step away from the results that you're wanting to have in your life and in your career. And this is going to be one of that decision for you. So go ahead, register, and give me a confirmation once you've registered. Especially the egoistic bosses. Absolutely, yes. That's absolutely right. Look at this, look at this testimonials that I want to kind of share with you. There are a lot of them. Look at, read out for yourself. And these are the people who have gone through the same program and got results themselves. Look at this. Look at this. This member is from Chennai chapter, mid-career professional. Look at this. He was not on a job for almost 6 to 7 months, and then he got an opportunity. So if you're someone who is on a break, you might want to really apply these strategies and tactics. This one is for Manish. He got into TCS. Again, a little longer testimonial that he shared. Look at this. He got almost 40% hike at 25 years of experience. Yeah. And he's from Mumbai, a very senior guy. 6 months of joblessness. If you're going through something like this masterclass is going to enable you to understand, learn, and help you to transform. It's about taking charge, guys. If you take charge right now, you sail through. Look at this. There are a lot of these testimonials that's available to me. Let's listen to this testimonial. It's a video one. And if you've got questions, please do feel free to ask me if you have any question. We have 10 minutes more to go before we deactivate the link.
I do get interviews, but I'll not be able to crack the interview completely. Either I'll fail a negotiation process or in between the technical process itself. Hi, this is Naren from Chennai. I feel so happy to share that I've cracked a job very recently. For the past 6 years, I am working for media. I just want to make my transition from this sector to a different sector, which I was struggling with. I would say that I'm very lucky to see Jogesh Jain's employment advertisement. After getting enrolled into Jogesh Jain's program, I got to understand the blueprint of what HRs expect from a candidate and what kind of process goes inside the interview. After understanding all those process, I got to know what kind of transition I should make myself in my employment process. Finally, I cracked an interview. I should sincerely thank Jogesh Jain Career Builder program because it helped me a lot.
Hi, my name is Jogesh Jain. I'm India's #1 employability coach and award-winning career counselor, author of book How to Get the Job, and founder of JJ School of Employability. Okay, let me take up some of the questions that you guys have put up. Okay, let me check that. Okay. So someone is saying, how is your bandwidth? So you got to ask yourself, how is your bandwidth? If you got the bandwidth, you can enroll in. I'm already a member of the community. Hope all these are covered and different from previous modules. Our bonus are different. Yeah, already enrolled. Thank you so much, Narinder. Yes. No bandwidth, then you don't need to join in. I want complete attention and complete focus of yours uh into this program. I would need attention. What I am asking you guys is 63 days of uninterrupted real attention and real focus. That's what I'm asking for. Welcome Navneet, welcome to the community, welcome Swapnil, welcome to the community. But if you cannot, then possibly I might not help you, and maybe at a later stage you might look at, and both of you get a one-to-one session exclusive, the 9th bonus I talked about. Yes, that can be possible, Furkan. That's possibility. Yeah. Ask yourself one question, okay? And the question is, like any other skill, like any other skill, I got to take charge of my career and learn the skill of career management. How many of you agree to this? Ask yourself, and how many of you agree to this? That like any other skill, we got to take charge of the situation that we are into if you want to grow. Yes, Devavani, yes. No, that's fine. Right? That's the question. That's the simple question. And especially some of you who are part of the community, let me ask you one question. What would you say to these people who are new to JJ School of Employability? What would you say to them? Type out in the chat box. For them, should they look up to this community, or will it be right decision to invest into this community? Just type out in the chat box for them. What would you like to say to them? Go ahead and share that. Please do that. Go ahead and share it. Yes, Narendra, I would like to, yeah, I'll unmute you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Jogesh, and thanks everyone to be here. I can tell you, I have a long experience. I have been associated I came to know in 2020 about the Jogesh program. And after enrolling into this program and the various programs from JJ School of Employability, I am able to help many people. I am able to help when I came to know the ground realities, the education, the things which are not taught in any university. It has definitely helped a lot. And I am able to guide many people to get their dream job, to fast track their career growth. And it has improved their awareness, the interview facing, their mindset. And I would strongly recommend each and everyone to enroll into it, those who are serious for their faster career growth and for their dream job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Narendra, for sharing that. Uh, I'm not able to put you on spotlight because can you put on your video? I think only then I'll be able to do that. Okay. Thank you, Narendra, for sharing that. Uh, Anyone else who have been part of community and would like to share feedback, please raise your hand and I can unmute you maybe. Minal, can you share the link again? Some of them are asking for link. Can you put the link in the chat box? Thank you. Okay, Akshay, asking you to unmute, please.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
Akshay.
Very good afternoon to all of you. I am Akshay from Hyderabad. I was be part of JJ School of Employability since 2000 end of 19. So it was actually it's a very great learning with the JJ School of Employability and Mr. Jogesh. Mr. Jogesh, really we cannot find these kind of insights elsewhere. So it's a very right kind of place to learn the employability skills and upskilling of ourselves and excelling ourselves in the job career. Those who are looking for accelerating their career, so this is absolutely right platform to enroll.
Thank
So
you.
this
Thank
is
you. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Akshay, for doing that.
Thank you.
The fees is same for any level that you get into, Ganesh. It is 5,999. You enroll for one or you enroll for three of them. Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Let me share. How many of you think this? Okay. How many of you think this? That today you learned something new? Just type out in the chat box. Or if you want to share something, just type out in the chat box or maybe raise your hand and I can kind of unmute you to kind of share your experience. Welcome, Furkan. Thank you so much. Furkan, I would like to know what made you to invest your time, energy, effort, and money into this program. Why did you enroll?
Okay, hi Yogesh. Thank you for giving the opportunity to say a few words. So, well, I think the main intention was to get a clarity, in my vertical, in my career, basically. So, what sort of what is the outcome I want to achieve in my life? That's one thing, and of course, also cascade in my career opportunities, identifying those opportunities. So, what is happening in the current scenario? I might not be able to, identify the opportunities which are, under my bed or, within my organization. That is one thing, and also getting awareness on multiple things, which basically helps you getting more insights. As in today's session, I got to know about a lot of things, specifically the tool stuff. So how do I utilize those tools, and how do I incorporate those those features,
Yeah.
and how do I cascade in my career. That is one thing.
Yeah.
That is, I think that is a major reason for me to take up this course. So
Okay.
I have also realized that we keep on hovering to so many websites, and we just keep on shifting from one instructor to another instructor. So I think rather than doing that, why not taking a definitive approach where you can follow a particular track or a particular program. Basically this will help you only to finish something. So what we do, we only initiate something and we are stuck up with a lot of confusions and lot of understanding issues. So I think these are few major reasons why I enrolled.
Sure. Thank you for sharing that. Where are you from, Furkan?
I am actually from my native place is Jammu and Kashmir, but I'm currently in Bangalore.
All right. Bangalore, we have a huge group. One of the biggest group is in Bangalore, followed by Mumbai. So good to have you. Welcome. And today evening we'll have a small session, and my team will kind of connect with you to brief you about
Sure.
the progress ahead. Thank you for joining and enrolling in.
Welcome. Thank you.
Navneet, welcome to community. I'm wanting to kind of understand from you, and also where are you from? If you could share. Navneet, yeah.
Hi, Jogesh, and
Can we
rest
see
of the
you,
people.
Navneet?
Well, not right
No
now.
problem.
Sorry about that.
No problem. That's
I was following you. I was receiving a lot of mails from automated mails from your website, and I've attended quite a few webinars also. But of late, I have been unemployed, and I want to really rejig my LinkedIn profile and started afresh. So that is the reason I enrolled for this course, and I found the certain topics being shared by you, like the how to crack in the applicant tracking system and how to really go about it and hit the job market with the right tools and tactics. So I found that quite appealing, and I've been following you for quite some long time. I
sure.
think more than a year or so. So that is the reason I enrolled for this course.
Where are you from, Navneet?
I am located in New Delhi. I am a IT sales professional working in the industry for the last 14 years.
Interesting. Again, Delhi has got a good presence. Narinder is also from Delhi. He's one of the employability expert associated with JJ School. So good to have you in the community. Thank you. Thank you. Can I have Swapnil? You there, Swapnil? Okay, Swapnil, I'm asking you to unmute yourself if you can.
Hello,
Yes,
am I
Swapnil.
audible?
Yeah,
Hi, Jogesh. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for enrolling in. Would like to know where are you from, what do you do, and what inspired you to enroll in?
Yeah, firstly, like I am based in Pune. I live in Pune. For the I'm born and brought up in Pune itself. I am working for a lubricant company that we manufacture engine oils, basically.
Mm.
I'm into sales and marketing for the products that we manufacture. For the past like 3 or 4 months, I've been planning to make a transition into marketing completely.
Okay.
And I've been facing a lot of challenges while applying and all, and I've faced a lot of rejections. So that is one of the key indicator for me to get into this training that you're providing.
Sure.
That is the main reason.
Okay, good. So yes, we will talk about this. And all three of you, okay, Swapnil, Navmeet, and Furkan, you will also get a one-to-one session with me, and there we will kind of customize the strategy and you can ask me one-to-one. One session will be giving you, because again it's all about adding value that we thought of, and we wanted to kind of see how we can give you a little more than what we've been doing, and from that perspective it came in. So you will into that one-to-one session when you come in, and there is a process that we'll talk about in the evening. uh, and then that kind of maximizes the results that you get and helps you to kind of change your perspective, the way we have been looking at our careers until now. So thank you again for joining in, and look forward to have an interaction again. Pune got a good chapter in Pune, so that's a good association we'll have with people in Pune as well. Thank you. Okay, last call, friends. This is the last and the final call. There is, from my team, there is a request to increase the price again and not to provide these programs at the price that we have been offering you. If you want to take the advantage of all three levels at this price, 5999 plus 8 bonuses plus a super bonus of one-to-one session, which we're not going to extend for a long time, because giving a one-to-one session is a lot of time consuming task, and it kind of doesn't fits in, right? So if you want to, Minal put the link for the last time, and then we are going to say thank you to each and every one of you. And I would request you guys to put your feedback in detail, not like I like the session or something, but in detail. What is your feedback for these masterclass that you attended today? How did you find in the WhatsApp group today? I'm sure all of you are part of WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, I look forward to each and every one putting your feedback, and that kind of fuels in us. That's an oxygen to, to me primarily. I look forward to creating more impact, build more meaningful community, and I look forward to see you guys doing that in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to serve you guys for almost 2.5 hours now, 3 hours that we are going to complete. And have a great, great, great day ahead. Enjoy your Sunday with your family and create an action plan on the learnings that you had today. And all those who have joined in, I welcome you guys to community. Take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.